If you are new to fragrances, that is one common question everybody asks. What scent should I buy? Or which fragrance should I buy? Which perfume should I buy? This has been a question that has been lingering in the mind of a lot of fragrance buyers or new people to the fragrance, or even people that are in the fragrance for so long. You walk in the street, you bought something that you were so confident about, and you walk in the street and someone smells so nice, and you wonder, where do they go shopping? Which fragrances are they buying? Or you just wonder, which one is the best fragrance for me to buy at this point? If you can indulge me for a minute, I'll get you to that. In front of me here, I have different types of fragrances right in front of me here. Let's consider the fact that you are just new to the whole fragrance thing. You've bought some few that didn't quite work for you, and you are here now to look for a fragrance that you can buy as a new guy in the fragrance game, right? On my left, on my right, I have niche fragrances. On my left, I have like designer fragrances. And then right in the middle, I'll call them generic fragrance. And this one is a fragrance oil. Great. So if you want to start in the fragrance thing, you want to buy a fragrance that is easily likable. You want to buy something that is also meets your budget. And you want to start from the lowest of budget as possible, because if you are just trying things out and you go ahead and buy an expensive fragrance, you know for sure if you don't like it, you've just wasted some money, isn't it? So these are my few advices I would like you to consider. First, I might suggest you know the type of person you are, but this is just a very vague question, and a lot of people might not know the answer to that. So let's just make it easier for all of us, right? The thing is, first, just be budget friendly. Go with the lowest budget as possible, and then go with a fresh and clean fragrance. The one that is will be more easily likable, will fit you the best. If you are just starting out in fragrances, is a fresh and clean fragrance. The fresh and clean fragrance, some of the generic one, I spoke about this very fragrance, Nautica Voyage, and everybody talks about it, the most sold fragrance on Amazon from 2023 up till now. Everybody buys Nautica Voyage. This is like 16 to 20 to 25 bucks on Amazon. If you buy this, you smell, you wear it on yourself and you don't like it, you can let go of it. The thing you might have lost is just $25. I think you can live with that. Great. But for those of you that have the option, if you're living in the West, you might not really have that option. If you are living in the Middle East, you have a plethora of option when it comes to the fragrance oil. If you are living in Africa, the oils are all over the place. At least in West Africa, where I am most versant with, I know there are a lot of people that sell fragrance oil. I used to sell them myself. So if you are in Africa or West Africa, you in Ghana, Nigeria, Togo, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina, all the countries in West Africa, there is a fragrance oil available at most of your fragrance stores that you can purchase. For you, having the choice of the fragrance oil, you can explore with as many fragrance oil as you can. The prices are affordable. The smell just like the real fragrances. The only difference is they are made of oil. So you might just have to accommodate the fact that you can't really spray it. You might have to accommodate the fact that if you put it on your clothes that are plain clothes, they might stain the clothes, but they smell great, they smell amazing, they smell the same as the fragrances, and then they are extremely cheap. Great. So if you're starting out and you don't really have the budget, you have the option for the fragrance oil, go for the fragrance oil. That is my first take. If you have the budget, if you don't have the budget, you have chances to get a fragrance oil, buy the fragrance oil. That will save you a lot of money. That will give you the chance to explore a lot of fragrances. Great, that's out of the way. If you don't have the chance to to get access to fragrance oils, and you also don't want to manage with the fact that you must stain your clothes from here and there, then go with generic fragrance. You can start off with Nautica Voyage. There is Rayon. The other thing you can try are also clones. There are a lot of clones these days. Armaf has, Al Haramain has some. What else? Latafa also has some. So those are houses, they are from the Middle East that you can try their fragrance. Most of the fragrance are clones of some of the well-known fragrances that you can think of. So try fresh and clean as always. So if you want to try fresh and clean from a generic Nautica Voyage your first shot, you might like it. You definitely like it if you just don't want something extremely extravagant. You're just starting off. This should be good for you. Fresh and clean. You can wear it anywhere you want to go. You go to work, you can wear it. You're going to a party, you can wear it. You're going to the club, you can still wear it. So you have a fragrance for 20 bucks for all the things that you're looking for. That's out of the way. And then let's talk about the clones. Armaf Club de Nuit Intense is a great choice. Rehan, the black bottle. I'll put it somewhere here so that you can know what I'm talking about. That one is a great choice too. And then you have Latafa. From Latafa, I just can't remember the name. I'll figure it out and put it down in the comment section if you want to hear that. And then Al Haramain is also good. So those are some of the clones that you can try. Try the clones, and then the last, not really the last. The next one I'm going to talk about are designer fragrances. Great. When it comes to clothes, most people will be like, designer clothes are really expensive. But when it comes to fragrances, designer fragrances are not actually the most expensive fragrances that you can think of. The niche fragrances are the thing that the difference between the designer fragrances and the niche fragrances is that, apart from the price, is also that the niche fragrances tend to be extremely unique compared to the designer. The designer fragrances are fragrances made from designer houses. The same houses, they make clothes, they make shoes, they make a lot of things, and they just add fragrances to their collection. So definitely, fragrances might not be the strongest thing they have in their collection, but they have great fragrances that are really common that everybody loves. Then when you come to niche fragrance, they are called niche for a reason. The only thing they produce are fragrances, perfumes, deodorant, maybe scented candles and all of that. Those are all the things that niche fragrances, all the focus on is the same. So definitely they produce better fragrances, and they understand the market. They understand the fragrance, the nose, the scent chemistry better. Hence, they are really expensive compared to the designer one. So if you are trying a designer fragrance, which is the next shot you should try, if you don't want to deal with the oil, you don't want to deal with the generic fragrances that are not really known, you want the name for yourself, then the first one, the common one that most people use now, is getting a little bit out of the way, is Dior Sauvage. Just get an eau de toilette, eau de parfum, Dior Sauvage, you should be fine. If you are hearing about eau de parfum, eau de toilette for the first time, it just depends on the oil concentration in your fragrance. So we start with eau fresh, eau de cologne. Eau de cologne, they have the lowest amount of oil, so they last the least on you. And then the next one are eau de toilette. They have more concentration of oil, so they tend to last a little bit longer than the eau de cologne. Then we go to eau de parfum, which is the most common one. So they also tend to last more than the eau de toilette. Then you go to the parfum. The parfum themselves, they last longer than the eau de parfum. Did you get that? That is just by the way. Now let's come back to the designer fragrances. I'm hearing in my hand, I have Bulgari Man in Black. I have Dior Homme Intense right here. I have YSL Y here too. This one is a fresh and clean fragrance. This is like the most likable office fragrance you can find. Anyway, that is just my opinion, because if you wear this thing to the fragrance, you might be like the office husband or the office boyfriend for a lot of people at the office. It does the trick. It's extremely good. Everybody tends to like the smell, the signature of this fragrance. YSL Wild. This is one you can purchase. This might be around over $100 to $200, depending on where you are buying from. If you get it on discount, you might get it for less than 100, but 50, no. That is no. This is the 100 mil. You can get that around from 100 to like $200. That is it. The same then the Bulgari Men in Black. This is a little bit versatile, but for those people that are mostly outgoing, you can take it to the club. You can also wear it as a fresh and clean fragrance. It does the work. Really great fragrance. Dior Homme Intense. You have a night out, you want to Netflix and chill with your friend, you can try the Dior Homme Intense. Is also great. The most common fresh and clean men fragrance for the designer brand that you might love to try might be Dior Sauvage, Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum. You should be good. If you want to take it a little bit higher up the notch, you can try the Elixir. But most people tend not to like it because it's much more powerful and stronger than these ones. And then the Elixir must not be called a fresh and clean fragrance because it's a little bit strong. Great. Then the next, the other one, which is for me personally the best, if I should go now and buy all those names, fresh and clean fragrance, I'll go for Bleu de Chanel. It is most like, it's much more versatile than most of them. It's great. For the women, you would like to try maybe Dior J'adore. You might like to try Chanel Chance. Chanel Chance is really good. Yes, On My Way from Giorgio Armani. That is it. Now let's come to the niche fragrance. I have a couple of them over here. This one is Erba Pura. This is a fresh and clean fragrance as well. This should go around over $300. Erba Pura is a great fragrance. You will love this. A lot of your footballers are wearing this fragrance. I know, I think Trent Alexander-Arnold, he uses this fragrance. Yes, he does, the Liverpool player. Yes, for soccer, for those of you in the US, soccer for you, the rest of the world is football for you. Yes, this one. And then this one, Bal d'Afrique by Barredo. This is also around the 300 of the dollars. Fresh and clean, very great fragrance. The other one might be Creed Aventus, really known. If you like Creed Aventus, one clone that you can, that the most common clone for Creed Aventus is Club de Nuit Intense by Armaf. I mentioned the clone fragrances already. You can get that one around $50, from 30 to 50 to $50. Yeah, for the Armaf, the Club de Nuit. So if you've heard a lot about Club de Nuit, about Creed Aventus, and you want to start out, you don't want to spend the $300, just buy the Club de Nuit for like 300 or $35, something like that. You should be good too. Then this is Grand Soir by Maison MFK, Maison Francis Kerkjian, sorry. Francis Kerkjian, Maison Francis Kerkjian by MFK. This is Grand Soir. I've used, oh, Jesus. I use this fragrance so much because I just love the smell of it. I wear it to work, I wear it at home, I wear it almost anywhere. So the juice is almost out. Yes, I might need to get myself another one, but it's a bit expensive, so I don't know. Then you have Ganymede. This is by Marc Antoine Barra. It's also a little bit expensive, but it smells amazing. It smells amazing. Great fragrance. And this is Zohan by Penhaligon. This fragrance is a little bit, it's loud. It's a loud fragrance. So you wouldn't like to start off with a fragrance like this. When you can buy this fragrance, if now you've used fragrances a lot, you've gained a lot of confidence in using fragrance. If you're just starting out, I wouldn't recommend this one for you. So yeah, that is the end of the series. If you like more content like this, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. What you take from this is we have different type of fragrances. Depend if you are starting out, you want to start with a fresh and clean fragrance. If you have, and then be conscious about your budget as well. Try the least spend the least money when you are starting out on fragrances, because once you get into the fragrance game, you are going to spend a lot of money, and then you want to spend less while trying finding your way out. So if you have the chance to get your hand on fragrance oil, use the time to try as many fragrance oils as you can, because they smell just like the fragrances themselves. If you don't have the chance to get to a fragrance oil, the one you want to try, they are maybe clones or generic fragrance. I mentioned Nautica Voyage, or the clones from Almaf, the clone from Al Haramain, the clone from Latafa. You want to try that. And then if you have some more money, then you go with designer fragrances. Bleu de Chanel, Dior Sauvage, YSLY, Fresh and Clean starting points. You will love those. And then if you just have too much money and you're confident about your choice, then you can go with a niche. Buy yourself a Gerjoff Herbapura. You will love it. Buy yourself Bal d'Afrique by Beredo. You will love that too. And if you want to try more, you can go to Marc Antoine Barra and get yourself a Ganymede. You will love them too. I'll see you on the next one. Have a lovely day. Ciao.